So my hand was literally on the record button, and Joe comes in and says, "Do you want to save a snake? There's a snake in one of the glue traps in the garage." So I put my hair up and got the vegetable oil, and we saved a snake. I'll insert some photos here. I know Joe took a video, so if I can get my hands on it, I'll insert it as well. Pretty sure it said gopher snake. Lover of all animals except for scorpions. And we have like these centipede things and spiders of all sizes. And ostriches kind of freak me out a little bit. They look like they're gonna like peck your eyes out. I mean, I could make a list, but yay for saving a snake. I should get points somewhere for that, right? So welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if this is the first time you're watching me. I'm McKenna, Stitching in Sequins. I need to start bringing or incorporating my sequins again. Obviously not today, but I should be wearing some of my sequin thrifted finds for sure. Live up to my name. I gotta do that. Long overdue video, like nobody's business. It's not going to be like a Jessie Marie video, but I mean, no one can really top her video, so that's okay. Have a list, so let's begin. I even wrote down on the notes, snake. So, New Jersey retreat. I might now be the official person, last official person to talk about it. I know I was the last official person to leave. Arlene doesn't count because she lives there and all the people that live in New Jersey, but I shut it down. Shut it down. New Jersey retreat was amazing. I'm so happy that I went. I showed up a couple days early. So I flew in on a Wednesday. I was scheduled to leave the following Wednesday evening. Kept getting text messages throughout the day saying that my 4:30 flight was postponed till 5:30, then 6:30, then 7:30, and then about 8 seconds later, got a text message that it was canceled. Now, all these texts were throughout the day with time in between, but I was thinking I was going to be going out at 6:30. We were heading to the airport. I got a text message that it was delayed till 7:30. We pulled off before getting onto the freeway, and then I got a text that it had just been canceled. Huge storms was the reason why. It wasn't like a decision. And so obviously the text says, we'll let you know when we're going to get you rebooked. So texted Joe and he's like, just buy another ticket. And I said, well, let me see what American comes back with. Do not fly American. Sucks ass. I was also delayed 5 hours going to. So I don't know, maybe it's a sign not to go to Jersey. I don't know. I'm just going with the sign that's a shit airline. So got a text that now keep in mind, this is Wednesday evening. They texted me and said that they had me on the 5 a.m. flight. Fine. Okay. No big deal. Good. So texted Joe, let him know. He's like, okay. And so I go back into my email to confirm, and I look at the date. 5 a.m. for Friday. At the time, it was Wednesday evening. My flight was 5 a.m. Friday. I mean, that's the thing with airlines rescheduling you. They'll reschedule you on their convenience, not what's convenient for you. So how many people showed up 5 a.m. Thursday morning and then they were like, yeah, you got to wait another 24 hours. Lucky for me, I didn't have to worry about them comping hotel. I just kept schlepping it with Arlene, which I'm so grateful for that she let me continue staying at her house. And yeah, I got a little more time in Jersey. So I totally shut it down for sure. So the retreat was phenomenal. I will show you a couple things that one thing, I think I only have one thing here that I received. Bendy, BS, my homegirl, she said that she saw this. I don't know if she received it in the mail for things to auction off, and she saw this and she knew I absolutely needed it. And girl, you know me so well. I don't know if Joe, I don't know. Joe likes it, which hell, I like it too. Ayrton is kind of fond of it, so it's going up somewhere. Boom, boom. Yeah. It is amazing. Look at this, you guys. I have no idea this design. There's more naked ladies in the series. I don't know. But yeah, she is phenomenal. Yes. Yes. And I will link down below the WorksByABC pattern that this is based off of. When Arlene and I were in San Francisco earlier in the year, we went to some museum. I can't remember. And we both saw this person. I said, I'll buy it. You can chart something up out of it. So now that the chart is available, which I will link down below, I get my purse back. I absolutely love this, and that's why I purchased it. And I'm actually thinking, because I would not use this, so I think I'm gonna just find a hook and like up on the wall. I think would be really, really cool. So no marks, no indication on the inside, but you can see it's super duper tiny. It's almost like on a silk gauze. So yeah, go and check out that design if something like that interests you. I guess I'll just do all of, when we had finishes, fuck the bell. This is the go-to now at my retreats, the hand clapper. So yes, and it got used quite a few times. So I was jazzed that people had finishes. I think that's always great at a retreat. You want to see people have finishes. Caroline off the grid, she made amazing bags for everybody. So here is the fabric choice that I picked out. I picked them because they look like balls. I think Letitia picked the same fabric as well. And then it kind of looks like a peacock, but they're flowers. And then Kelly Bell, hi Kelly, she made word catchers for everybody and added her little signature bell. So I picked one in this fabulous fabric, which I would totally like wear a shirt out of. And then the bags that everyone else has shown. Of course, picked this. It's bright and colorful, and then it's chocked pack full of everything that everyone else has shown. So the ladies that helped out Arlene totally hit it out of the ballpark, especially Barbara. Girl's got some skills. So no, it was fabulous from start to beginning, and start and beginning. Swear I'm not drinking. Start to finish. It was wonderful. Loved sitting with my girls, because when you're at a retreat and you don't see your friends, maybe you only see them at retreats, so maybe that's only once or twice a year. You want to sit with the people you know, right? So yeah, it was fabulous. I absolutely loved it. We had a smalls exchange. I do not have a picture of my small. It was the Summer House Stitchworks Urban Wants In floral design. Come on. I know. And I made it into a pillow and then added in all kinds of other little goodies. And then I picked from the gorgeous Cheryl, the Wayside Stitcher, this amazingness. The pattern is a blackbird design. The box is everything. She finished the inside, added little accoutrements, some, what is this, dinky dot? No, drapery design. And it's amazing. And we'll be going somewhere on my turquoise shelf. Lovely card included. Blackbird design called Winter is Past, 30 stitch count with Weeks Dye Works parchment. So thank you, Cheryl, for stitching it for me. I know you didn't know you were stitching it for me, but I'm happy you stitched it for me. So absolutely love this. What else? Jersey. There was a raffle, and I went crazy with the raffle tickets. And I won the quilt. Oh, I saw the colors and I was like, that needs to be mine. So, yeah. Absolutely amazing. Regina, it smells like you. And I still have the shout. But yeah, I thought I want something that I put in for other things as well, thread and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely wanted the quilt. So this quilt will be living here in my office. It does get cold in my office. It's kind of off the main part of the house. So during the winter, it can get a little cold in here. So this will be my office quilt keep me warm if I need something to cover me up. So, Regina, just think you're going to keep me warm this winter. Love, Regina. And Megan, I don't know how you do it with your mom. All right. Is that all New Jersey? No, it's not. Went to Needleworkers Delight and picked up fabulous color of Dinky Dyes. Not sure what for. Threadworks. Green, grays, gorgeous. Ada, what is with me? Silk Weaver. It's called Garden Glow. I actually have plans for this. It's going to, I'm going to stitch one of Ryan's designs. She is the designer behind Wild Violet. And she has this really cool bee design. So that's what will be going onto here. You want to look out the window? Do I have to open it for you? Okay. Let me put you over here. Let's open it. My alarm was off. That's fabulous. All right. So, yeah, I plan on doing it on that fabric. This is 38 count Delarna chocolate. Love the modeling on that. Ruiz, is that the quails? This is a Newcastle Solo. Love that as well. Almost like a raspberry. Ugana 32. It does have that modeling that you see there, kind of like the pink, and then it's more of a very light lavender background. I was not planning on picking up any patterns, but I saw this and thought it was super cute. Lucy Beam, Love in Stitches. It's called In Her Garden. It was probably because it was done in like this trivet clock thing. So there we go. I think it's super, super cute. Love the bright colors. So I picked that up. And I also picked up the newest Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. I know Danielle Stitcherista, she did a flip through on this magazine. So if you're interested, but the Janky Ass Cat, the Nevermore, and the Happy Halloween. There's the Janky Ass Cat. The Nevermore and the Happy Halloween, which I wouldn't write Happy Halloween. I would just do the moth. But I like the back of the magazine because then it shows them all. There's a couple, oh, the one on 67. This is a favorite too. Woo. Yeah, love that. So I have not decided what I'm going to be stitching for all of October. I think I'm going to put a wheel together, and it's going to be a mix of Halloween things I already have, and then maybe a couple starts. So Cassie, does that sound like something you'd want to do? And maybe we'd spin the wheel every 3 days? I don't know. Let me know. I think that would be kind of fun. I will add, so staying for a couple extra days in Jersey gave Arlene and I the opportunity for Arlene to take me to Philadelphia. Yes, Philadelphia. And we hit up two places I've always wanted to go. Well, I knew of the one, and Arlene introduced me to the second one. So we went to Mutter Museum. I swear this is where I'm going to donate my body. I want my body to be on display, and then I can be the girl on display with all the metal in my back and maybe my implants if they're still good. Who knows though? Maybe Mutter will be like, shit girl, get out of here. However, I would donate all my medical bathroom stuff. I'll write it in my will. Absolutely amazing. I know when I posted pictures on Instagram, some of you guys said you lived in the Philadelphia area and never gone. I would find to get out to get a damn job there. So check it out, Mutter Museum. So I will add some photos here of all of that. You can't take photos, Erwin's moving. You can't take photos in the museum, but outside before you go over like this archway. And then photos of outside. I picked up a pin to make into a needle minder. And, oh, they also have Chang and Ang, the Siamese twins. It's a death cast of them. I mean, they got hoo-haws on display. They got peckers on display. It's a really small section. Boop, boop. But yeah, absolutely amazing. You know me and medical stuff. I wanted to jack some other medical stuff, or be like, you guys don't have this, I do. Like Foxglove, they had this bottle version of it. But I almost like want to be like, hey, I got Foxglove. You guys want it for your museum. You're gonna have to pay me for it though. So map, picked up a couple postcards as well. So it's this 2-story, everything's in these cases, and everything has a story, and it's just fabulous. I can't. And then there's this wall of skulls. And it kind of has like a backstory on each one. Like one I was reading, it belonged to a female, and she was like a prostitute and died of whatever in this year. I mean, I guess it could all be BS, the bad kind of BS. But then you can save them. It's called SOS, and I forget what it stands for. But you can basically kind of adopt a skull, and then they'll put your name, like saved by McKenna Glowacki. So I want to look into that because, yeah, I came home, I was like, Joe, besides buying me shoes and purses, I know what else you can buy me. So after doing the museum, we walked to Eastern State Penitentiary. And this was fabulous as well. Audio tour is included in admission. And so that was amazing. So it was the world's first true penitentiary, a building designed to inspire penitence or true regret in the hearts of prisoners. Its vaulted skylit cells held many of America's most notorious lawbreakers. It stands in ruins, a haunting world of crumbling cell blocks and a surprising eerie beauty. So you can see it's actually pretty large. You could definitely spend all day there. But yeah, super, super fascinating. Al Capone's cell. They had like, the audio was what totally made it. listening to actual prisoners that had spent time there. So they kind of gave their firsthand accounts. But the prison just shut down in like the 70s. But amazing as well. I thought I got some. Oh, yeah. And I got a pin from Eastern State, and that's the like blueprint layout of how it is. So, yeah. And then at the Mutter Museum, you get like this green little, I don't know. You hook it onto your shirt, your pants, or wherever it's visible. So I think people know that you bought admission. And at the end, you can donate it back so they can reuse it. Hells no. I kept that sucker. So I will include pictures of Eastern State Penitentiary that I took. There were people at the retreat that had been to the Mutter Museum and highly recommended it. People that had been to Eastern State Penn and totally recommended it. I forgot who told me. Obviously, I'm not going to out you. Anyway, but if you are watching this, I grabbed some too. This is a portion of the jail in the solitary confinement section. Probably has asbestos, so I'll make sure to lick it and now I want to clean it off and then write on it. And then Arlene knows how to welcome a guest on my on the guest room bed. There was this book for me. American Board of Funeral Service Education Incorporated. Who knew that there was a thing? It's a book on embalming people. Arlene went to a book sale, messaged me and said, I would have picked this up for you, but it's really heavy. And I said, excuse me, it has last name of Mayer, like John Mayer, Mayer as in Ayrton's middle name. And it's on embalming. And I said, you go back and you get that book, I'll buy you lunch. Dinner. So, obviously not going to be showing you the pictures in here because the pictures, though not in color, sadly, they are for real cadaver pictures. So, this is going in the medical bathroom, and I know you guys have been waiting for an update on the medical bathroom. I have so much stuff in there that needs to be hung up. So I have shelves that need to be hung up so I can put stuff up. So I need to just have Joe do that, just bust it out and do it. And then I will post on my channel here a full review tour of the medical bathroom. So it's coming. Just slow it. All right. So that was everything New Jersey. I have no more retreats on my books for the rest of the year. I'm totally open. I know I might have, there's a couple trips maybe planned. I know Vegas for sure, with my girlfriend probably in December. And then maybe get out to California. We'll see. Finishes. Let's move on with finishes. Because it's 30 minutes in and nothing. At New Jersey, I finished Mary Hogg. You can pick this up, this chart, only at 1884 Stitchery. It was a collaboration with Works by ABC. So here is the original that I purchased. I charted it out. I got immense help from Arlene. She put her little fabulous spin on it and made it so it's printable and legible and made sense. Her little witchcraft on it. So this is only through 1884 Stitchery you can get this pattern. I am going to insert a clip here of what it looks like completely finished because I do not have it in my presence. While my iron is heating up, before I give this a good press before taking it off to the framer, so I'd give you guys kind of a little close-up. I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm really proud of charting it and collaborating with Arlene. And not only do I have the original Mary Hog, but now I have the reproduced version as well. These eyelets, I definitely did not sit down and bust out A through G. I had to do a letter at a time and kind of move on to a different motif. I think they turned out really, really well for my first eyelets, but I definitely am not a specialty stitcher sort of fan. I love this lower section with the birds and these four-sided stitches were fun, but they were definitely time-consuming. I think the result is awesome. And I don't really even consider it backstitch. So yeah, there is my finished Mary Hog. And I'm so, so proud of it. Super, super excited to get it back. I took the original to the framer. It's Sandy down at the attic. And I liked the gold and black on it. So I wanted something similar to the original. And I think she decided on something absolutely perfect. So hope to be getting that back in a couple weeks. I need to start thinking about TFD, Complete Fair Domination, because it's coming, people, ready or not. Here it comes. Will I get screwed again this year? Who knows? But let's document it because it's always fun to relive it. Freaking fair. It definitely does not deter me. Otherwise, I would not be talking about it. I just see it as a challenge for the next year. So I kind of feel like I'm going to do, yes, video ideas, bathroom, fair entries. So watch for that. I am a member of the Stitchers Coven. I will link that Facebook group down below. A few months back, there was a sign up for a Halloween exchange. So I know who I will be sending this to. I do not know who has me. I have stitched Old Witch in the Moon. It's from Needle Bling Designs. I freaking love it. I think it's super, super cute. Of course, I had to change it up and put the McKenna spin on it. So my finish. I did the cat, so the black is Etoile, which I freaking love Etoile. And then the other colors, purple, yellow, and blue, are Color and Cotton. I stitched it on this piece of fabric that I dyed myself. Now, I had started this piece on this green fabric that I had stitched, but it was too dark and I was not liking the 18 count Ada. This is 14 count. So I switched it and I'm so happy I did. I absolutely love the outcome. I'm going to be finishing it today. And if I can get to the post office, ship it off today. But yeah, I'm happy that that is all finished and ready to send out. Whips. Well, I guess I should have grabbed my whips before I sat down, but this is how it works. So let's go with, what did I work on in Jersey? I took Mary Hogg. Obviously, I finished her up. Oh, this belongs with that. What else did I take? Oh, Jenny Bean. And I think that's it. Yeah. So I kept the whole It Is Kismet vibe going, hashtag. And for Diana's half birthday, I picked New England Saint Nick from Good Housewife. Took it to Jersey and worked on it on the plane. And why not? I'm going to take it off the hoop. What am I stitching this on? 30 count, 2/2. Absolutely love the coverage. I love how the colors are popping off this fabric, and I don't want to hear shit about my margins. I knew it was going to fit, and that's why I went with it. So yeah, this is where I'm at. And I really, really like it. So I'm going to try to get it done for Christmas this year. But yeah, I love the colors, just using DMC. And I love that he's like old world. I don't like the red and green sort of Santas. And you're like, McKenna, you don't do Christmas. Well, Dirty D is helping me get over that. So thank you, Diana. Another project that I have been spending some time on, not as of late, but I did work on this in New Jersey. It's the Jenny Bean Halloween sampler, Shakespeare's Pedlar. There's a few of us in a Sal on Instagram, hashtag rotten but not forgotten. And of course, McKenna style, gotta change it up. So here is where I am, and I will definitely be throwing this into the Halloween wheel for October. But this is fun. The black border all the way around is Etoile. And I really, really like it. Called for colors, which is not the, I'm not using the limited edition thread packs, but I'm just using the conversion that designers supplied. So yes, love that. Other whips. So I was talking to Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, in Jersey, and she got a piece of fabric dyed at Needleworkers, especially for Quaker Gone Haunted. This is a Nashville release this year from Michelle Inc. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're interested in purchasing this, check out Trisha at 3L Threads. She may have some copies with the thread pack as well. I'm not exactly sure though. So I was telling Abby how I had started it on 40 count. And yes, 40 count, you do 1 hour 2. I totally get that. But the 40 count I picked, obviously the weave of it, the 1/2 was just too sparse, and I didn't like how it looked. So I started stitching it on this enchanted slate, which is amazing, 2/2 on 40. But then it gets too freaking thick, and I wasn't loving it. And you need to love your pieces that you're stitching on. If you start something and, this took a decent amount of work, but I would rather stop working on it now than continuing to put time and effort into a piece that I'm not 1,000% in for. So just standing there with Abby in New Jersey, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to restart it. So came home and took this off the Q-snap. So I'll probably just cut that off because I still love the fabric. And I said, okay, what do I have in my stash so I can restart it? Well, girls got a lot of fabric. So I don't even know. Oh no, I do know what this is. So I was going through fabric, kind of doing floss toss, asking my girls, sending photos. What do they think of certain colors? And the whole colored fabric thing, I got such a good response with, what did I stitch? Something was on color. Oh, is it Jenny Bean? And people just like, I wouldn't have picked a color like that. I would have sticked with a muted. Change it up, people. Use your colored fabric. I have this piece of vintage copper from Lakeside Linen. And I pulled it, and I looked at it, and I thought, yes. So Needle Minder is from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. I will link her Etsy store below. I don't know if she has any more, but she has amazing needle minders and other little things. So this is where I have gotten and where I am at on this copper. And I love it. Love it. So happy. These colors, so the only gripe I have about the chart is she does not have a DMC conversion. What she asks for, the threads are Silken Colors from Thread Gather and Simply Wool from Gentle Arts. 5 colors only in this whole thing. So I looked them up and kind of figured out via computer the threads, the colors. And then I went through my overdyed flosses and tried to pick ones that were similar or I just freaking liked better. So here are the 5 colors that I am using. Barn Gray by Gentle Arts, Blue Spruce, Soot, Carriage Black, and Tin Bucket. All gassed. Yeah. Love them. So happy with my decision. And I love how they're popping on the fabric. The blue here, this is all filled in up and down with, I think that's soot. So love the variegation that that's giving off. Yeah, so happy with this. So thank you, Abby, for getting me to just suck it up and move on. So, but again, that's how I had felt with my Beasties piece. I loved it, but it was definitely something I didn't want to spend any more time on. So I finished it up at a good stopping point and stopped like 3 pages short and called it that. So it's goddamn stitching. Don't make it make you feel guilty. They're inanimate objects. Even if they're animate, like people, don't have people or things with a heartbeat make you feel guilty, especially stitching. If you're not happy with it, find a home for it. Finish it up and make a small out of it, or find someone that will love it. So I think it's good to kind of, you know, maybe every 6 months you go through your whips and you sit down and you go through them and you figure out, do I want to put more time and effort into this? For me, I want to stitch things that are going to go up on my wall. Absolutely. A lot of people aren't like that, and that's totally fine. But I stitch things so I can hang them up and enjoy them, or give them away, or piss people off and stitch them for the fair and then want to get ribbons, but then I don't want to talk about it. Still really salty about it. So this little side note, the Quaker Gone Haunted, I had started restitching it while I was at my parents' house watching my dad and sitting with him bedside. So I decided, you know, when I started stitching on it after his death, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. You know, I sat with it for like 30 minutes and I just looked at it like, do I want to stitch on this, or is it going to be too hard? Have that memory of him, of me starting it, and this was the piece I was working on. And I decided, you know, I love this design so much, and I'm okay continuing it, and I want to finish it and make it into a memorial piece for him. So once I get it all stitched up, I'm going to be putting my dad's name at the bottom with his birthday and the date that he died. And it's going to be a memorial piece for my dad. So I suggest, if you had been working on a piece while a loved one got sick or passed, pull it out, finish it. Or if it's a piece that maybe if your mom was a stitcher, your dad was a stitcher, and you have this piece, and this was the piece that they were working on until they could no longer stitch, finish it for them so it's your stitches and their stitches, or frame it up as is. So I say if there is a piece that you had and it's buried in your whips, I say pull it out, stitch it, make it a memorial piece for them. You don't need to make it have a sad vibe to it. You can, well, Erwin, no respect. You want to come here? No, you're gonna jump. But I look forward to finishing it, and my goal is to get it done within 1 year. What, now are you ready to go, Erwin? All right. We'll go. I decided I wanted a little bit of a change last night, so I put Quaker away, and I sat here in my whip pile and looking at my stuff. Do you know what freaking called my name? Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Of all the things I have, I was shocked that this is what wanted to be worked on. So I have, you're looking at this and you're like, McKenna, you already fucked it up. There's only one witch, not two. I have the first three blocks done. The middle, I'm doing the witch here, but only one of the witches. And then I will be doing another block here. And then I'm done. Because I love it, but I don't love it that I want to work on it and do it to its fullest. So guess what? You don't need to stitch everything in a pattern. You can stitch what you want. So I am going to just be making it a 2x3 and be done with it. But yeah, worked a little bit on the witch's skirt, filled in the black, and then started on the fire last night, and I absolutely love this. So I think I'm going to be working on this for a little bit, and then I got to figure out, I haven't decided which of the rest of the blocks I'm going to want to stitch. So yeah, freaking cat can't decide, in or out. What, now you want in? Damn it. Can't decide. So yeah, I'll be working on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Let's move that there. What is next? Let's do a giveaway, shall we? Perfect. But first, giveaway winner from the last video. This is the spring magazine. Nancy Call. I never received a email from you. I'll list my email down below, mckenna@1884stitchery.com. Send me your address so I can get this shipped out to you. All right. 2 giveaways here. This is going to be, we're going to use what? Key ring. One word, key ring. All you have to say, I like to stitch the key ring, or I'd like to stitch Home Sweet Home. Okay, so here is key ring. I picked this up off the freebie table in Jersey. You get everything that you need for the kit to make it. But I think it'd be kind of cool to make it like larger, or stitch this and then finish off inside like a bird cage like I did with my one piece. So key ring, one word. And here is Home Sweet Home. And this is a full kit. Hoop, you get everything. So Home Sweet Home or key ring. And in my next video, I will pick people. US only, 18 or older. Don't say giveaway. All the normal hubbub. Been going a little eBay crazy. You want to see what I got? Good, because it's good shit. All right. Let me move all this out of the way. So, first, I saw this and I was like, yes, I need this. It has my name on it. Because it got peacocks on it. It has the date is, it's not 1884, it's 1886. I'm still looking for a really cool kick-ass sampler with 1884 on it. I love the colors. So here is one of the pieces that I purchased. And that's right. Her last name is Topless. Now, but you're like, those look like F's. But the writing, the font, are S's. So Mabel Topless. Now, unless I'm totally, completely wrong, then somebody please tell me. And then I'm going to be pissed. And it says top lift. Which top lift? That's kind of funny too. But on the eBay write-up, it was topless. And I was like, that's mine. Buy now. So, I mean, really? Mabel Topless? Had to get it. Had to. Right? Joe just shook his head. Joe bought another motorcycle when I was gone in Jersey. Track legal only. So he had texted me and said, start looking at shoes. And I said, what the F did you buy? And then he sent me a picture. So I'll keep you updated on what I'm buying because Joe bought another motorcycle. All right. What else? And then I bought another one. This one, I love the colors. It's, I don't know, it's got birds on. Not that I'm like a huge bird fan, but I don't know. I just really like it. So, from Grandma. I don't know why the M is capitalized, but hey. So this originally came with glass, but the glass broke in shipping. But that's okay because I am thinking about charting these and then making it 5 separate pieces. So I really like these floral corners. So that would be one design, 2, 3, 4, and the peacock would be 5. So yeah, that will be down the road, but I thought that was, yeah, super cool. And then this was from 1926. It's written on the back of the provenance. But yeah, I thought it was just really cool and funky. So got that. Let me put that over here. Then, I don't know, I was feeling spunky, frisky, well, not frisky, no, well, sassy, and was talking to Bendy, and she had been eyeing this, and I had been eyeing it. We tend to eye the same samplers, so we message each other like, hey, what are you looking at? So we don't bid against each other. But she saw this, was obsessed with it. It was a little out of her price range, so of course she comes to me. It's okay. It's okay. I totally instigated it though. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. It's a biggie. You ready? Let's see. I'm gonna have to change this completely. Let's go here. So we call this Demon Cat. Yeah, I forget what the dimensions are on it. It's a biggie though. So here is the border. I'll kind of just, well, here, let's show the full thing. Like it looks like I'm naked. So here is the full thing of it. So the border goes all the way around. And then there are these floral deer. Dog. This is Demon Cat. And writing as well. But yeah, here is some other. And it's on wood. And I do not plan on taking it off. So I need to find a frame so I can get that framed up. And but yeah, so farewell, dear friend, a long farewell, for we shall meet no more till we are praised with thee to dwell on Zion's happier shore. Our friend and sisters, lo, is dead, the cold and lifeless clay has made in dust its silent bed, and there is must decay. But is she dead? No, no, she lives. Her happy spirit flies to heaven above, and there receives the long expected prize. Hannah Rhodes, work, Bigley, 1839. So, yeah, I love it. Thanks, Bendy, for making me do it. And then I was at the thrift store the other day, and these will be going into 1884 sometime. Follow me on Instagram, 1884 Stitchery, and I'm also on Facebook as well. Before I upload anything, I usually give a shout out, or I make a post saying, oh, I just added more charts to the $2 bin. Yes, I have a $2 section. $2. Or You know, I just uploaded fabric. I have fabric people. I have threads, Threadworks threads for $2 each. I also have charity items. Tab, I have charity items, and I still have a few items left. And then soon I will be writing a big check, and I will definitely share that with everyone. So these things will definitely be going up on to 1884 when I get a chance. So Eva Rose Stand, came across these kits. Now I feel like shit, I should just bought them all. Very hard to find. I want to stay out of print. So this one is called London. Is there a picture? Picture. So here it is, London. Mother. No fabric included, but you get all the threads, and they have already been labeled with the symbols. The threads, and these ones are other threads with the symbols already written on. Chart, obviously, as well. So yes, this will be hand and needle, which let's just get rid of that because we all have needles. Yeah, so I will be putting that one up. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it. Eva Rosenstand. This other Eva one that I came across is this long bird bell pull, if you'd want to make it a bell pull, or you just stitch the bird and leave out the other stuff. But yeah. And is that a chart? Oh, it must have been a copy. So chart of that. Here are all of the threads, and they have all detailed out or coded. This must be bigger copy. What's this then? Oh, maybe the copy the lady made. And then you get the fabric as well. So has already been started. So it's already been started on the fabric. So picked those up and thought I would share those with you guys, because that's kind of the thing. I try to find stuff to turn around and give to you guys. So, and then I found this for $1, which it's, if it was my vibe, I would finish it, but it's not. So you get the chart from just cross stitch. It's the Noah's Ark, and I believe it's all the sections that you need. Yeah. I mean, shit, look, it's basically done. You could do that before dinner time. So, amazing stitching, fabulous coverage. Here, finish this off as a birth sampler. I mean, you kind of cheated because you bought it, basically finished, but I'm not going to say anything. So the spot here is still open where you can personalize it, and then you just got a little section of animals. So this will be going up on my store as well. But $1, really? It's disgusting. Disgusting. All right, is that all from eBay and thrift store? Okay, so yes, 1884, Instagram, Facebook, $2 chart section. I have fabric, fabric from the primitive hair. The charity items, I have thread and kits and charts of the yin yang. So needle minders. So yeah, go check out 1884. You can start a shopping cart, and then I pride myself on getting everything out within 24 hours. I just made an order yesterday with Al Forest embroidery, so I should be receiving a huge shipment in a couple weeks, and I will have 4 brand new designs available, kits, and then just printed patterns. So 4. So keep an eye on 84 on both IG and Facebook, because I will post when I get the box in. And then if you're new, I set a date and a time, usually on a weekend, when I will be posting that stuff for sale. I know people work, so I try to do it on a weekend, so it kind of gives a little bit better of a playing field. So yeah. And I also have Al Forest kits still available. I still have a handful in stock. I will be getting more whales. We'll be getting more Atlantis. But yeah, go on over and see what I have in stock if you're interested with any of that stuff. And I think that is it. I have 2 more things to talk about. So I'm going to kind of wait until the end. So if you want to peace out now, that's totally fine. But I'm going to talk about my dad here. So yeah. So August 20th, my dad passed away. And I'm heartbroken. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm pissed and angry, but happy and at peace and confused and thankful. We had, so he had been on hospice since August 1st. So he was only on hospice for 20 days. He was only on palliative care for less than a week, because he had decided not to continue any sort of treatment. There was no treatment. And so they decided just to put him on hospice, because then if he needed pain management, then he was able to receive that, or anything else, walker, any of the day-to-day help. So, And the cancer doctor told us that, without him continuing anything, him just kind of stopping everything, it was going to progress very quickly. And when we called her to let her know of his death, she was very shocked by how quickly he had passed. So at StitchCon, I knew that he had decided no more treatment. And New Jersey is when my mom texted me saying that they were putting him on hospice, which I knew was coming. But getting the text and reading it, wow. So, spent, and he was totally healthy and able to get up within, see how many days before he died. I mean, he was able to stand up like 6 days before he died. And then it just all of a sudden he just got too weak. So a medical bed came in, which he didn't want to be in the medical bed because he associated it with when he was on ICU for 2 weeks. And so he wanted to sleep in his own bed. But I talked to him and I said, well, let's just bring it in. Maybe it'll be comfier than the ICU one. And so we got him transferred over to it. And so he was only in the bed for 4 days, which I've been told could be weeks and weeks. I had a girlfriend, her mom was in that sort of bedridden state for 3 weeks before she passed. Some bright light going on. So up until, so he died on a Tuesday, and that Friday before, Saturday, we went over. I had asked him, hey, are you hungry for anything? Obviously his whole eating had already gone. And I said, Joe can barbecue something. He can smoke something. And my dad was like, brisket. Brisket sounds good. I said, fine, we're going to do brisket. So Saturday morning, Joe woke up at 3 a.m. to put brisket on the smoker. So then we could get it over to the house at a reasonable time, not at like dinner time. So we could go over there and spend the day with him. He didn't eat any of it, but that's what triggered something in him, that he was still hungry. So I said, we're going to get you brisket. And he got all happy. So that Saturday is when we started up his morphine and halogen, I think it is. But up until then, he was not on any sort of pain management. So otherwise, he wasn't hooked up to anything. He had gotten a catheter because he was so weak, he couldn't get up. And because he was then bedridden, on Saturday, I knew I had to go out and get the tattoo that I wanted. I knew I had to get it that day or would have been too late. So I was at a tattoo place where they did my 1884 right when they opened, and they couldn't get me in. So I went to their other location. They couldn't get me in. They said, well, we can get you in at 6 o'clock. I said, that's too late. And I said, look, my dad's on hospice and he doesn't have much time to live and he's still conscious and with it. And I said, I need to get this done now. And even though it was really, really small, they still couldn't fit me in. So I said, okay, I need a suggestion where to go. Went to a third shop, which funny enough was on Thomas Street. My dad's name is Thomas. And they were able to get me in and got it done with Cal. Cal took photos. I'm going to insert some photos here. Went home, changed, and headed over and knew when I was talking to my dad on Saturday when we went over that his mind was already starting to go. Very slow, but he still knew which way was up. And if you've ever experienced it, it's very interesting how the mind and the body start breaking down and shutting down. Morbid, yes, but fascinating as well. And so I won't be showing the video. I had Joe record it of me showing the tattoo to my dad and my dad's reaction. I watched it for the first time on Tuesday, which would have been a week of his passing, and I'm so happy that I have that footage. So I showed him the tattoo, and he totally got it. He understood. He cried. It was a very emotional moment. And told him that he would always now be with me forever. And then Sunday, when we went over, it was that whole understanding, connection, reality was gone. Sunday, my hand was a phone and he was trying to call the Philippines. He was thinking that we were all on an airplane headed to Hawaii. So I showed him the tattoo on the very last day of his life that he was able to comprehend. And Sunday was funny because I was sitting with him and I said, "Hey Dad, the tattoo is healing really, really nice." And he looked at it and he kind of looked and he kind of made like a look at it, like trying to understand. I think he was trying to understand. And I said, "Yeah, it kind of looks like I gave people a pen and they're just writing on my arm." And he made the most disgusted look on his face. And he was like, "Yeah, don't do that." And my mom and I just laughed. And I said, "Okay, I won't do it anymore." So here is my newest tattoo. So it is my dad's signature. So this is my 1884. New Jersey. A group of us got tattoos. Emily and I have it in the same place. So it's a Quaker symbol, kind of always giving with your heart. And then I put my dad's signature underneath. And this is the signature, his signature off of mine and Joe's marriage certificate. So Tuesday was getting ready and I had this sense of calmness over me. And it was funny because I told Joe later, I was just going to throw on t-shirt and a jean and t-shirt and shorts, but something told me to dress nicer for some reason. So I put a dress on and got over to the house, and less than an hour later, at 10:53, my dad died. And when I showed up, he was already unconscious. He had become unconscious midnight. I completely recognized it when I walked in, and I was hearing him breathe, and I knew that that was going to be it. I was hoping that it was not going to go on forever and ever. But I had a feeling it wasn't. And I had texted Joe to get the boys out of school. But they were still in the car when my dad passed, so they did not make it. But I was holding my dad's hand as he took his last breath. And my brother was doing something else. He was out of the room. My mom has had a really hard time with it, I think, and she was kind of doing busy stuff. But for 5 days I had come over and just sat in the wheelchair next to his bed, holding his hand, talking to him, giving his meds. If he needed water, I'd asked for water, gave it to him. That's the difference between me and them. I've seen death. The fire department has taught me so much. Working as a hospice volunteer has taught me so much. But I think I'm just okay with it. I'm not okay. I'm okay in the sense of being around it and seeing it and watching it. Whereas I think my mom and my brother just had a really hard time with it, seeing it. But I take comfort in the fact that I was holding my dad's hand as he took his last breath, and I had talked to him, but right before he passed, that it was fine and that he could go when he wanted to, and that Joe and I would take care of mom, and the boys loved him. And you either believe, kind of like God, yes or no, or karma, or can they hear you when they're at that sort of stage? You hear all of these things of, I told my parents that they could go, and a minute later they passed. That's my story. I told him things, and I said it out loud to him as if he would be able to hear me. And not even 5 minutes, I would think, and he was already gone. So I like to think that maybe there's something that works, and he was just waiting for someone to say it to him. And I like to think that he waited for me to come over that morning, because he knew I would be sitting there holding his hand. Because that's just not my mom. That's not my brother. So I think he knew that I had been there those days, and that I would continue to be there on his last day. Cancer sucks. And he was only 68 years old. And I'm 33 and wasn't thinking that I would already be losing my dad. First person I've known to pass. My grandma, my dad's mom, she just died in January, but I did not have a strong relationship with them. However, my grandparents on my mom's side, huge, and they're still alive. So,
these emotions that I've been feeling over the last week have been very new. And I appreciate everyone so much. You have no idea, and there's no way that I can possibly thank everyone that has reached out to me privately, Facebook, Instagram, letters, showing their support and letting me know that I have them holding me up and this wonderful stitching community holding me up, and that I'm not the first one to lose a parent, and them sharing their experiences with losing a parent and just letting the emotions come. And you're going to have shit days, and you're going to have less shit days, and you're going to have days where you don't want to get out of bed, or you're in pajamas all day, or you do get out of bed and you throw clothes on and you're productive. So thank you so much to everyone that has reached out after the passing of my dad. Emails on 1884. And I appreciate all of the prayers and well wishes and vibes and good thoughts prior to his passing. I know I've been very open with the whole circumstance, but that's how life is, and that's how my life is right now. It sucks, and everyone's life sucks at some point, and I am just being real with it. Everyone's always dealing with something. Sometimes people are dealing with something way more than others. So just thank you guys so much, everyone. I can't express my gratitude and thankfulness for everybody in the community and reaching out. And because of that, I have gotten lots of cards and little gifts, and this is where I would like to take a moment and share them, because they are definitely worthy of being shown. I will be showing my mom all the cards. If you have sent a card, I will be showing my mom all the cards as well. This is from Lisa. Beautiful card. A fellow MGer. Definitely made me smile. Emily, I feel like this is something like Buster would do. Fabulous Ellen Chester. Elena B. Be jealous. Ellen Chester sent me a card. Beautiful sentiments written in every single one. Kathleen, gorgeous. Thank you so much. Chris, is this handmade? Because that just makes it even better. I think it's handmade. Gorgeous card. Thank you so much. Ann P. Not only is Ann P a party animal, very nice. Thank you, Anne. Gorgeous. Look at all this writing. She wrote like a War and Peace novel. Absolutely gorgeous, and a very fitting card. Another card from Michelle and my girl Lori. So thank you guys
so much. I received about 6 of them all in one day. So I was definitely feeling the love that day. And isn't it weird how you get mail on days when you really, really need it? I really, really needed these. So these will be, I keep all cards or any sort of little thing that I get. I have a box in my closet. So these mean so much. So much. Received this amazing handmade, well, the box isn't handmade, but painted with, I think it's just like a fake flower, and then it's almost like painted and dried. And a needle minder. A piece of my heart is in heaven. I won't be saying who I got these gifts from, but you know, if you are watching, yes, I'm looking at your ghetto ass framing. It's exactly how I would do it. She who stitched this for me said in her letter that she wanted to stitch me a heart, but they all looked wrong until she came across this one and she knew that this was it. So it's on black, sparkly fabric, and it's amazing. I love this. This is so me. It will be living here, but I have a feeling it's going to slowly make its way into the medical bathroom. So thank you. I absolutely love this. Thank you. Thank you. This I can either add little items into it of my dad's, or it fits a standard candle. So it has a quote on here by Gandhi: "There are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart." So I need to get a candle and put it in there. So thank you so much. I had been thrifting the day that I received this in the mail, and there were some of these on the shelf at the thrift store, and I looked at them to see if any of them were appropriate or that kind of called to me. And then funny enough, that day I come home and this was waiting for me. So this is one of the willow tree figurines. And this one is called Father-Daughter, Daughter-Father, Father and Daughter. And let's see, here we go. I ugly cried when I opened this up. So thank you so much. Yes. We have, in our family room, we have giant built-ins. And Cal has already asked that the lower big one be cleared out, and we make like a little memorial area for Pops with photos, and this will be in amongst the things for sure. This again, totally ugly cried. I opened up the box and lost it, and Joe was there and he pulled it out and he held it up, and I just went and like, as he held up, like a big hug. Let me back up so you guys can get the full effect. So absolutely gorgeous. quilt. No words. No words on this, on other gifts as well. On my stitching chair, I have a quilt that Diana made, and Cheryl helped out with, and I use that every day. It stays on my chair. And this is another one that will be going on my chair as well. You know, when you have quilts that are made by your friends, you feel them when they're on you. You feel like that friend, that person is with you. So thank you so much. I love it. And the color scheme and everything is something that my dad would have absolutely loved. He was more kind of earth tones. And yeah, he would have loved this sort of pattern and fabric. So thank you so much. So that is it. Yeah, that's it. And if not, then I'll just carry it over into the next video. So thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in and watching. I so appreciate it. I appreciate my subscribers, my viewers, my thumb downers, the stitching community, absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.